I wish I could say where I'm writing from. The walls are small and white, or they're not as much white as they are devoid of color. And I've come to decide that there's a difference. Maybe 5 months ago there wasn't a difference, and maybe even last week there wasn't a difference, but as I write, I am acutely aware of the difference between white walls and walls that have no color. Details are all that I have left now, so I've learned to look for them. Not just in this room, where the only details is the color of the walls, but in memories. Like when your eyes were smiling, and you were smiling, with the exception of the corners of your mouth, which refused to comply. And why was that? And why did you never wash your hair on Thursdays, or bother alphabetizing the spice rack with the exception of cinnamon, which you always put next to paprika instead of next to the bay leaves and the coriander where it belonged? I don't think you meant to break your own system. So I have to assume that it was some remnant of an old habit. Because you wouldn't put the cinnamon in the wrong place on purpose, because you didn't bother concerning yourself with the details that you deemed mundane. But I did. And now I'm here in this room with the details and these goddamn walls that are devoid of color.
Hey, hon. Can you come in here a sec? What do you think?
Of the painting?
No, of my hair. I tried something different today. Yes, of the painting. What do you think?
It's nice, Kat. Real nice.
Just nice?
No, it's good.
It's not so much about nice or good, it's just...
Some other adjective?
It's not about adjectives, it's...
Right, the feeling.
Exactly so.
So, I feel that it's nice. Honestly, I do.
But the exhibit still needs a name. Do you have any ideas for something catchy that you just want to tell a friend about?
Not really my forte.
Come on, think of it like a headline.
A headline. How about, great painter paints nice paintings, go tell your friends.
Luckily, we still have a couple months to think it over.
October, right?
October 12th. You'll be back by then, right?
I should. Right now I have 3 interviews scheduled, but I'm really hoping for 2 more. Prisoners, hopefully, but they always offer interviews with guards.
You've been off on these for what, 2 years? Would it really hurt to miss a couple to come and see my exhibit?
I've been off for 2 years because I don't have enough information. If they offer me interviews with prisoners, the people that have really lived this stuff, then it'll be a...
Big deal, I know.
But honestly, I'll try my best, okay? But if something huge comes up, some big break, I will be there.
Right, because you know this is my something huge, right?
And so it would be great if we could both have our something huge, okay?
Okay.
But really, I will try to be there. I promise. And until then, I'll try and figure out how that makes me feel. Alright, I've gotta take this.
Yes. Hello. This is Katherine Masdit, and I'm calling in regards to my husband, Otto Masdit, yes. I called last week and spoke to, Jim, I think was his name. He said that he didn't have any information at the time, but he would get back to me. Yeah, well, I haven't heard from him, and so I was just calling to check in. Yes, that's right. Otto Masdit. Masdit. Oh, is Jim available? Because he was who I talked to last, and No. Oh, okay. Oh, but there is a log. And do you have any record of... Oh, October 14th, and then he stayed until the 16th. Right, a journalist. Yes, he was there conducting interviews for a story on solitary confinement. Oh, no. No, he used to be, but now he's an independent journalist. Uh-huh. Okay. And so that is something you have a record of. Is it on hand? Oh, okay, but you can't find it. No, I'd be fine with holding you to... Okay. Do you just know how long that would take? Right, I understand, but just... Do you think within the week? Okay, well, I'd appreciate it if you could just let me know as soon as possible. Okay. Yeah, this is the best number. All right, I appreciate it. Thanks, you too. Shit.
A divorce? Really, Catherine, this is childish.
All right.
That's all you've got to say about this, all right?
Sure.
Sure? Catherine, can you see how I might be at a little bit of a loss here? Can you just give me something?
I'm not mincing words here. I'm not gonna do that.
Really? Just what the hell is going through your minds right now? Because I can't even begin.
Tell me what you're thinking, because really, I would love to hear that.
I'm thinking that I've been to 5 prisons this month, Kath. 5! And I was excited for a break in my schedule to come home and see my wife, and I get this. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, maybe if you hadn't been at all 5. Yes, I heard you 5 prisons this month, then...
Maybe what?
Oh, come on, Otto.
Come on, Otto, what?
Think for just a second about a reason why you haven't been home lately. Why you've been preoccupied. Something so important that nothing else in your life matters. Nothing.
That's what this is about? My work? My job? My passion? This stuff is important to me, Catherine, and I just thought that you respected that.
Oh, okay. So that's all you want from me. You want me to smile and nod and say, I respect you. Okay. I respect you. Does that make you feel better? Does that honestly make this better? I'm glad that was all you were looking for, but
You what? Catherine, I'm here. I'm listening. I just don't know what else there is you want me to do.
Exactly.
Exactly what? I don't know what's going on here. I just don't know.
Exactly that. If you were listening, really, truly listening, then you would know what I'm asking of you, and it's not a lot. I know that your job is your life, and this story is everything, but me chasing you, chasing this story, it just... If you just took a little time...
Then what? Then you wouldn't go through with this divorce? This is bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
Irreconcilable differences.
It's been a month now. Or almost a month, I can't say. And I am alone. I am alone. The guards come by every day with food, sure, but they push it in through a little slot, and it's not big enough for me to see their faces. I can't. No faces. No faces. No faces, no faces, no faces. I miss the faces. Faces that would tell stories. I wrote stories. I write stories. Not here. Here I wrote stories, but out there I write stories. But, I mean, what's the difference anymore? I will be here until here is there, and I will write the stories that I wrote until they're written and gone. We write to feel immortal. When we're afraid, we make our words strong so that when they outlive us and when we are gone, it seems like we were strong. But we were not. We are not. We are afraid. And none of this matters anyway, because you can kill a story just like you can kill a person, and you can silence a story just like you can silence a person. You can lock it up, and no one will ever know that there was even a story for them to search out, and so no one will go looking. So we will be here silent with our stories, and I will sit here silent with no stories, and I will look at these white walls, and I will feel nothing. And no one will remind me to feel anything. No one will remind me to do that. And so I'll look at that white wall, and I'll say, that's not a white wall, that wall has no color. And I will see if that makes me feel anything. And it won't. And I will wait for another month or another almost month, and I will write. But I won't write stories. And I will feel nothing about these walls.
Hi, my name is Katherine Masdit. I'm the artist, and I just wanted to welcome you all to my exhibit. I call it Letters from the One Who Stayed at Home. So a lot of this was inspired by the past year and the people in my life who were doing a lot of moving. Well, I was kind of, didn't really move. I was in my studio making this. But I took what I was hearing from the people that were kind of buzzing around me, and I wasn't so focused on the details of their travel, where they stayed, what they ate, what they visited, but I was more focused on how a place, location can kind of impact a person. And that's the focus of all the art here tonight, is how change in place creates a change in person. So that's me, and my cards are up front. The work is for sale. Thank you so much, and have a nice night. All right. Any questions? All right.
Yes, hello, this is Otto Masdit. Right, the journalist, yeah. You left me a message saying that you heard about my story and were interested in giving me an interview. Right, yes, exactly, solitary confinement, yeah. And you were held in solitary for, how long? 5 years? And after that? Right, okay, acquitted. Wow. And Yeah, anyway, I just wanted to thank you for your participation in this. This is a perspective that I've been, yeah, exactly, yeah, anyway, yeah. Let's start with some broad questions. I like to keep the questions broad with these sorts of things because, yeah, exactly. If I was asking a specific question, it meant that I was looking for a certain answer, which I'm not. Yeah, this isn't an expose, I'm just trying to understand how all of the moving pieces fit together. Yeah, okay. Yeah, anyway, in the spirit of keeping things broad, could you just tell me a little bit about your experience in solitary confinement? And how knowing that you were innocent shaped that experience for you? Yeah? Mm-hmm. And what types of hallucinations? And were they common, or... Yeah? Mm-hmm. And the worst part for you? Or did it all just blur together? Broad, right, yeah, I know, I'm just looking for the story here. The core piece for you. Right, yeah, well, mostly guards. A few prisoners who were sent to solitary for disciplinary reasons, but they're back in a medium security facility by the time that I get to them. So, yeah, you can't really interview someone in solitary. Yeah, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of solitary, doesn't it? Yeah, right. Okay, well, yeah, sure. If you have to go, yeah, okay. Just call me back, yeah. Okay, cool. And thank you again for taking the time. Yeah. It was really nice talking to you too. Okay, bye. Yeah.
Hey, hon, can you help me move some pieces to the car?
Yeah, I'll be right there.
Okay. Otto, shit. You say, hey, hon, there's a curator downtown that wants to check out some of my pieces. Can you help me move them to the car? And you expect, that's great, Kath. I love you. And instead you get, all right. So he forgets, and then you remind him, and then he goes off to wherever Otto goes. Great. Otto Masdit. October 12th, that was the day of my 2 guards? 87 guards. He could have missed interviewing 2 damn guards to come and see my show. Should have missed interviewing 2 guards, but what Otto could do and what Otto should do are hardly ever the same thing. His problem. My problem for knowing it was his problem and expecting differently. Cliche, I guess. Another couple of 20-something artistic types who thought, hey, let's get married! Because that worked out so well for the Fitzgeralds. God, what a shit show. We never could get it together, could we? Well, individually we could. Alone we could, and I guess that's what Otto did. He thought, wait, I've got it all wrong. And then he thought, wow, love is actually a hell of a productivity killer when you're researching some big story. Should have called, though. Could have called. Sure, he should have come and see the exhibit, divorce or no divorce, but he was fully capable of calling. It caused a lot less heartbreak. Would have stopped me from digging around in his shit just to figure out that he could have made it to my exhibit. Causing even more heartbreak. October 12th, 2 guards.
October 20th. My name is Otto Masdit, and I am a journalist. I am a journalist up until I close the door on this unit. Once I lock the door, I will become a prisoner in solitary confinement. I am my own best source. When there's no new people to interview, no new angles to pursue, I take matters into my own hands. I set up this experiment of sorts. I rent the place, and I buy all the food, all in keeping with how a real prisoner in solitary confinement would live. And that is my intention. To live as a prisoner in solitary confinement for 1 year. That is my story, my angle. And after a year, I will have all the information. Who would have thought? 2 years of interviews, and it was almost a waste. Some people might try and correct me, say everything happens for a reason, but looking back, on the brink of something amazing, I can't help but think that it all seemed like a wash. In fact, almost everything in these past 2 years have been a wash. But I'm here now. And it's what I've been missing. Maybe even what I've been looking for. Nothing but me and these walls now. Just me and these walls.